Hello everybody and welcome to the 2018 Into the Trail Classic at Mooney Grove Park in Visalia, California. We have something super exciting, an in-flight disc golf's first ever sudden death playoff. This is going to be crazy. We've got 3 people tied up at 11 down, and I'm here with Andy Parkinson, tournament director.
Yeah, what an exciting round of disc golf. Now a sudden death. I want to thank my sponsors, DGA, Legacy Discs, and San Joaquin Valley College.
Yep.
Jeff Castle, Fresno Flight Center. Check him out at FresnoFlightCenter.com. Also, Fresno Flight Center is putting on the SenCal Series Hardpan Classic June 1st. This is a fundraiser event for the Parkinsons Research Foundation, so check that out online and be a part of the action. So I'm here with Lake Terrell. We're going to watch this sudden death. What an exciting 3 rounds plus the final 9. It couldn't come down.
This is crazy. So Tomaselli birdied the last 2 holes. Josh Castle parred the last 2 holes. Chris Pinegar bogeyed the last 2 holes. And somehow, in all this mess, they ended up tied at 11 under par. And this is what it comes down to. This is the best thing in disc golf, a sudden death playoff.
Yeah, like super exciting. We watched Tomaselli barely make his putt, barely stayed in, teetered on the rim and stayed in. We saw Castle just barely skip off the rim to miss his birdie, leaving us in a 3-way playoff. Super excited. Lake, let's get down to the action. We're gonna start off back on hole 1, and
this is the Safari layout, correct?
The Safari layout. Single elimination, you lose the hole, you're out. So for the top 3 positions, there's a lot of money on the line, over $1,000 to the winner. So I know they all want it.
Yeah, not to mention, bragging rights and pride. Every one of these guys wants it just as bad as the next one.
Absolutely. They all have a sponsor they want to represent, and they get a bonus if they win an A tier. So a lot on the line.
Wow, that's really well short.
Yeah, throwing his Predator a little bit short. It's been faithful disc to him from what we've seen. Castle throwing a Spike Heiser. It looks like he came down. He is fair. Pinegar taking more of a wide left to right.
Man, he's put it closest out of the group. Man, these guys, it's hard to tell how much of a look they really have.
None of them are parked like they were on...
during the final 9.
During the first hole of the final 9, yeah. Maybe a little bit of nerves. They all want it. It's been a long weekend, too.
If Pinegar hits this, it's going to be his tournament.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Barely misses off the left.
Oh.
You got to think the nerves are probably through the roof at this point.
Can you imagine what he's thinking? I had the lead, I blew it, now I'm even in a playoff.
Yeah, he had that one for the win and unable to convert. Everyone's going to par here on the first one.
Mm-hmm. Tomaselli and Castle licking their chops.
They knew they got away with one right there.
Yep, now we're going into hole 2, which is not easy. This is teeing off from T-pad 6. You got an OB line
running down the side of this little hillside here, right?
Mm-hmm. And you got OB to the right. The top of that mound there on the left is fair, but there is a line, an imaginary water line. So they're going to try to keep it up top. That's the ideal landing zone we're looking at here. The basket sits further than what we're looking at here. Probably another 100 feet from there.
Super technical 2-shot hole, really.
Really is.
Especially with the OB lines the way they are on the hillside. You can't just blast one out there and let it fade. You have to play to a specific landing zone that it looks like Tomaselli has hit perfectly.
Yep. And I think he stayed fair.
Josh looking to repeat that type of shot. Or even to the right is fine as well. It's safe over there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to mess with that OB and gets kind of caught
he's
up.
coming in hot.
He'll have a window.
Not an easy one.
Not an easy one. Pinegar with the same flex line that Castle took, hoping to find a hole.
If he can just get under there.
Oh.
Nice, caught a little bit of the brush, knocked him down. He's going to be in a tough spot.
Tomaselli with a good left to right window, and he hits it.
Beautiful forehand.
Yep, that'll be a tap in 3. Castle with the window.
Leaving it short. He's got some meat on the bone there.
A little short, but that's in his wheelhouse.
Little rhino shot from Pinegar.
It looks like he slipped. Oh no.
Oh, there
You could see it there.
Barely.
No. He's putting for 4. Oh, and he did it.
Cans the putt, but it's going to take 2 missed tap-ins for a push and for him to continue on to this sudden death.
Yes, Josh.
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he did. Run that down, Castle.
That's
Probably not
huge.
smiling. He's still in the zone.
Tomaselli was licking his chops,
Nope.
but paying
There
the
he
credit to
goes.
Josh there, giving him some props on a huge one to stay in the game.
Discraft and DGA sister companies showing some
Little camaraderie and little love.
good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Good for you, Tomaselli.
So with Pinegar's 4, that's going to knock him out. These guys both carding 3s. We're going to continue to see them both on the next hole here. What does it look like?
Hole 3 is teeing off from T-pad 5, just like the first round. However, we didn't expect the playoff, the sudden death playoff, and the banners were taken down
Volunteers are too quick.
Volunteers were trying to clean up. They took down the banners. Tomaselli choosing to play the layup. Nothing crazy.
Which basically gives Castle a choice, either run it or lay up as well.
Now, in talking to Castle, if the banners would have been there, he would have went at it. I believe him too.
But yeah, this is gonna amount to anybody making a huge uphill putt. They both want it just a bit right for Castle.
You don't want to leave it short. You don't want to hit the rim. So, you know, if you're going to go for it, you really have to go.
It's for the win. Looks similar to Josh's putt. Both of them just a bit right.
Yep, a couple Fresno boys in the background watching. You got,
You got Cricket and Yunker.
yep.
Nice tap in there.
Yep, and that's Mr. Castle caddying for his son. Moving on. This would be hole 4 of the sudden death playoff.
Yeah, this is I mean, I don't want to say it favors Josh, but he's got a huge arm, and this is over 500 feet, so we'll see what happens. I mean,
Yeah, I don't play a lot
difficult birdie.
I don't play a lot of rounds with Tomaselli. I think he has the power. He's proved that on some of the other shots. We know Castle does.
Yeah.
He's got the box. You can see the wind blowing.
He takes his time trying to really figure out the wind and get a good read on it.
Yeah, you have an option. You can take that hyzer that he just took, but you got to play it so wide and to travel 515 feet. It's tough, and you can see he comes up a little bit short.
Yeah, he's going to be well outside of circle 2 there.
Castle's looking at the left gap. He's going to play the other way for a turnover, and it looks like he turned that a little bit more this time. Oh, and it's panning out.
Will Heiser.
Wow.
Yeah, but
He overthrew that hole by probably 650 feet.
yeah, at least.
That was almost a 600-foot toss by Castle.
Yeah, that was huge. Oh, wow, what a run.
He really tried to sew it up right there. Father-son looking, say, hey, Pops,
What do you think?
is that window too low?
I'm sure he got some good advice from his dad. See what he does with it.
Now, Mr. Castle would say, son, you know what to do. Don't talk to me. I don't want you blaming me later, so do what you want. I'm here for the bag, and he did. He ran it.
And a nice cleanup. Tomaselli will also tap in a par. And onto another hole.
Yeah, a lot of risk on this hole. You can see the OB is left of the wire and beyond. You got the river road here that won't come into play for these guys. Question is, are they going to go straight up the middle, or are they going to do a big flex shot out left over the road? I know Castle can get that distance. I know Tomaselli can too. Or are you going to settle for the 350 and get there in 2 shots?
It's going to be interesting to see how this is played. I know they both want to break off a lot, but again, this is a par 4 that plays under 600 feet, so you don't have to go huge off the tee.
No, you want to give yourself a second shot.
Right.
You don't want to put yourself in a bad spot, and I think that's kind of what they're thinking.
Ooh!
Oh, but he got the skip.
You know, and that skip was huge. It's going to give him an extra 200 feet or more.
I was going to say, yeah. You could see how disappointed he was, but he got lucky and got the skip. Castle with the flip to flat. I think he wanted a little more air on it.
Yeah, they're both going to be in really similar spots there.
Yeah, it's another similar shot right up the fairway. There's his Hellfire again, opting with the sidearm. And
oh, wow. He couldn't put that closer unless it was in the bucket.
Leaner. He'll high five. He won't smile, though. He's in the zone.
Thomas knows he has to put this one close.
Mm-hmm. Pressure's on Thomas.
Barely squeaks under.
But it pierced through. He's going to have a inside circle putt. Easy. He's proved to be a solid putter all weekend. Yeah, 25 feet. You got that.
Whew, what a tester. I mean, I'm feeling the nerves, and I ain't even in the race. This is crazy. A putt like that, with the gallery like this, and the situation the way it is, that was fantastic from Thomas.
Yeah, you can see the trees here. We've reached fall by the time we've taken the video, but the leaves are so thick on these cottonwoods.
Yeah, the gap looks a lot bigger than it really is when you see these guys tee off here in a second. It's nearly impossible to penetrate. You really just have to get lucky. The gap is on the left side, but I don't think either of these guys want to throw a forehand here.
Tomaselli's looking to play it wide and just get through.
He may have found it.
Yeah, I can't see where it landed, but it looks like he might have. Castle is going wide, out and around, and trying to get...
Really put some juice on that one.
Oh, and it looks like he hit an early tree, and he's behind the tree. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Did he just throw it in the dirt? I think he did, right?
Costly mistake.
Tomaselli's thing just put it under. He did. Now Castle has to make this putt to stay in the race.
It couldn't be more difficult.
Oh! Oh, no. That's it.
Oh, wow.
He knows it doesn't matter.
Costly mistakes, cost him the tournament. That's super unfortunate.
Congratulations to him for keeping fighting. Congratulations to Thomas Tomaselli for what a battle. What a great win.
Yeah, that's huge. He birdied the last 2 holes, Safari Final 9 to get himself in it. And a dejected Josh Castle just knows he gave it up there. Yep. Congrats to both of those guys and Thomas Tomaselli for winning the 2018 Into the Trail Classic.
Yeah, and thank you all the sponsors. Thank you In-Flight Disc Golf for all your hard work on the footage. Absolutely loved it. Thank you, Lake, for taking the time to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. DGA, Legacy, San Joaquin Valley College. Huge props to all you guys.
Yeah, man, thank you to all the competitors, and look for us again next year.
Yeah.